everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm Rachel Takeman and I'm trying to better myself in 2020 by tackling a new goal every month and tracking it all through YouTube videos. Thanks for tuning in to another video. If you haven't yet, click that subscribe button down below so that you can follow along with my journey. As you all know, my April goal is self-care. This was a timely goal for me because it's been even more important than ever to focus on self-care this month. Quarantine and stay-at-home orders can be really tough on mental health, so for this month, I was determined to combat negativity by paying more attention to my self-care routine. For me, self-care could be anything from reading to skincare to taking a bath. I'll have to admit, I haven't done great with this goal this month. If I'm being honest, I'm exhausted. I'm an introvert, and not just an introvert who refuels by being alone but loves being around people. I'm an introvert and a homebody. I could go days without leaving the house or interacting with people and be a-okay. Now don't get me wrong, I love my friends and my family, and I absolutely miss hanging out with them, but I'm more okay with quarantine than most people would be. The first 2 weeks of this, when Justin and I had to stay home due to our trip to Europe, we were super content just spending time with each other and not going anywhere. But even though I haven't had a super hard time spending all this time at home the last 6 weeks, the stress of still going to work every day and interacting with people at work is getting me down. I, like other introverts, need alone time to recharge after a day full of interacting with people. Social interaction is exhausting. But now with the added pressure and stress of potential illness weighing me down in all my interactions, I come home completely drained. I anticipated this happening to some extent, which is why I decided that April would be my self-care focused month. And I'm so glad I did, because I did focus more on reading and baking and all the other self-care activities I mentioned in my video a couple weeks ago. But it's not perfect. There have been many days when I come home and flop on the couch and don't do anything the rest of the night. Not even cook dinner. And if you guys have been following along with my journey for a while, you know that January was my meal prep month, and I did great with that. I really got into a good, healthy routine of meal prepping. At the beginning of January, I was doing very basic meal prep, basically just putting pasta in Tupperware. But by the beginning of March, I was cutting up veggies and substituting fruits and veggies and nuts for my normal snacks of chips or other junk food. I was doing really well. And February was my month of exercise. And after going to the gym almost every day for a month and finding my gym routine, I kept going the first week of March and was able to meet friends at the gym to keep me motivated.
Hey guys, it's Thursday and we just finished up at the gym. We're all at Planet Fitness today.
I was exercising and eating well, and I was actually seeing results. Now, I don't mean weight results. I actually haven't weighed myself at all in 2020 because even though, like most people, I have an ideal weight that I'd like to be, that's not my focus. I think if I were to focus on my weight, I would obsess over diets, which would be a short-term fix to get the weight off, but it wouldn't help me maintain a healthier lifestyle and keep the weight off. That's why this whole year I haven't been focusing on my weight. I've been focusing on my energy levels and my appearance and my overall happiness. I want to be happier, healthier, and more well-rounded. But overall, I just want to be healthier, happier, and more well-rounded. My ultimate goal is to be more well-rounded and healthier physically, mentally, relationally, spiritually. And before we left for Europe, I was starting to notice some changes. I felt like I could see a difference in my face and in my hips. I'm sure that difference would not have shown up on a scale, which would have felt a little defeating. But because I wasn't measuring my progress on a scale, I celebrated this victory. I was starting to feel happy about my appearance, and more than that, my excitement was motivating me to continue doing what I was doing because it was working. And then we went to Europe. Honestly, I was getting a ton of exercise in while we were gone, from walking around the cities and hiking to some of the spots we found in nature. I did not let our trip affect how I felt about my goals because, as I said in January, it's important to me that everything I do is in moderation. I don't want to obsess over my appearance or my eating habits so much that I miss out on life. But while we were in Europe, the coronavirus really started to hit in America. And by the time we got back, places were shutting down, including the gym. So, needless to say, I haven't been to the gym in over 6 weeks. I know I could do home workouts, but I just haven't been motivated to do that. Maybe that's something I I can work on doing for May, but so far it hasn't happened at all, and I felt defeated and lazy because of it. I was really enjoying working out in February and March, and now I'm just not doing it at all. And the great nutrition habits that I worked on in January and into February, all gone. I haven't been meal prepping, guys. I've been feeling too tired to cook and too tired to plan out meals. And you know what that leads to? Eating junk food snacks instead of lunch because I didn't bring anything else to eat. I've been trying to limit how much I go to the grocery store, so I haven't been able to get the fresh veggies that I got in the habit of eating for snacks. And it shows. My eating habits have gone right back to where they were in December. Now I'm sorry this isn't my usual upbeat and positive video, but I'm defeated. I feel like all my progress was just wiped out by the coronavirus, and I don't know when it'll get better. I'd love to hear your suggestions in the comments below. What are you guys doing for healthy meals and snacks if you're limiting trips to the grocery store? What are you doing instead of going to the gym? I could use all the advice you've got. I'm not going to say that I'm back at square one because I've learned so much this year. The fact that I found a system that works for me is amazing progress. At the beginning of the year, I wanted to change my eating habits and exercise habits, but I didn't know where to start. And now, 4 months later, I'm not following through on the nutrition and exercise routines that I found, but I know how to reset. I know what works for me for meal prep and for exercise and how to have a healthier lifestyle that I can sustain. And it's a routine that's out of love for my body and for my health, and not just because I feel like I have to eat a certain way or exercise a certain amount to be thinner. This is honestly the healthiest relationship I've ever had with food, exercise, and with my body. And I'm so proud of the progress that I've made. But it's time to reset and rethink about how I can start this routine again in the situation we're living in now. Because who knows when this will end. I don't want to put my health on hold until all this is over. So self-care has not been as easy as I expected. I have been more conscious of self-care this month, and maybe that's enough to call it a win. Maybe this month was just too emotionally exhausting to realistically go from zero self-care to focusing on it every day. But I do want to continue focusing on this in the future. So my May goal is going to be a continuation of this. As I said earlier, I'm trying to reset my original goals of meal prep and exercise and rethink about what that means in the midst of stay-at-home orders. This is going to be a process all throughout May, and I'll give you guys an update of how it's going at the end of next month as well. But my May goal, the one I'll be tracking every week like this, is creativity. As I mentioned in my video a couple weeks ago about how I plan to focus on self-care, creativity is a major part of my self-care. I love making music, making art, and writing, and I haven't been doing any of that. So as a continuation of my self-care goal, for the month of May, I am focusing on these creative outlets. Every week I'll be sharing with you guys what I did for the week to focus on creativity. And Justin's gonna be in these videos too. We met through our mutual love of music. and so we're going to be focusing more on music as a couple too. Every week I'll share a song or two that we learned or that I learned on my own, or a song that we wrote. And I'll share any artwork or writing that I did for the week as well. These activities are not just relaxing to me, but they refuel my soul, which I think is what I really need right now. Laying on the couch every night and doing nothing after work might also be relaxing, but it doesn't do anything to refuel me to take on the next day or the next week. But creativity does. So that's what I'll focus on next, and I hope that taking care of my soul will give me the energy to start again with taking care of my body. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and for following along and investing in my journey. It means so much to me that all of you are watching these videos and giving me advice for how to achieve my goals. If you like this video, click that thumbs up button and comment down below. And if you want more videos like this, check out the playlist at the top of this video screen and click the subscribe button below so you don't miss a video. This week's shout out goes to Justin Takeman for roasting me. Time Traveler's Wife is not a chick flick, it's romance and science fiction for your information. But in all seriousness, this week's shout out goes to my husband for always supporting me and motivating me to keep making these videos even when I'm discouraged. Thanks for sticking with me. Tune in next week to see my first creativity update and to hear some fun music. I hope you all have an awesome week, and I'll see you next week.